They're thinking they wanted to be hypnotized here today. How many people? Excuse me. Toss the chairs off the stage. Come on in, hurry up. This is a lot of fun. Here they come. Turn those, Byron, we can turn these small bulbs on up here for now. Awesome. We do need to be able to see the smiling faces out there, thanks. All right. Well, let's get started. Let's do a demonstration with everybody here already. Let's not waste any more time. Is everybody ready to do a demonstration here with me?
Yes.
Is anybody absolutely scared to death? Just like, do this one? Yeah, it's real simple. You can, if you follow along, you can do this one with your friends at home. Like claim you're a hypnotist. And for this demonstration, it just simply requires that you follow my instructions as quickly and thoroughly as you can without thinking. Are you ready? Ready? You need to make extra noise because there's not a lot of you. Are you ready? There we go. All right, here we go. Everybody, please raise your right hand. Wiggle your fingers. Make a circle. Make a gun. Make another circle. Look at your circle. Look at my circle. Put your circle on your chin. This isn't like a biology school, is it? Other stuff. Well, if your circle just went to your forehead as opposed to your chin, you were just experiencing a light state of hypnosis. Because you followed a subconscious suggestion that I gave you, and that subconscious suggestion that I gave you was this visual cue. Obviously, then, the conscious suggestion was what I said, place your circle on your chin, and that's all that hypnosis is. We're going to give your conscious mind a task and your subconscious mind a task. It is the subconscious tasks on which we will focus here tonight, and hopefully provide some entertainment for those of you who are going to watch, and I guess that's all of you except 3. I'll tell you what, I usually save this for last, but I might get some more stragglers in here, so I'll just do it now. Kill some time. Hurry up, you're going to miss the best part of the show. Nice. And here are our volunteers, everybody. Let's have a nice round of applause for them.
Are you serious?
Give me a lunch.
Go to the front row.
Have a seat for now, though. I appreciate your willingness. Comfy? Awesome. Here we go, my new friends. I'd like to introduce to you now my favorite thing in the whole world, the Hypno Wheel. I'm laughing already. I haven't even done it yet. Oh, you're fun. Hypno Wheel, my friends, represents the best 20 bucks I ever spent in my life. And it is attached to the Hypno Drill, which is the best joke I ever wrote in my life. Do not fear the Hypno Wheel. This will not hypnotize you. Rather, this is an effect at which you will laugh in about 30 seconds, provided that you stare into the center of the Hypno Wheel and do not avert your gaze. If you stare away from the center of the Hypno Wheel, you are not going to understand why everybody else is laughing in about 20 seconds. So just continue to stare in the center of the Hypno Wheel. Shortly, I will count backwards from 10 down to 1, and when I reach number 1, I will give you a suggestion. And if you follow the suggestion, you will laugh, provided that you have continued to stare in the center of the Hypno Wheel. You may experience tunnel vision while staring into the center of the Hypno Wheel, and while I cannot articulate what that might look like for you, you will know it if you experience it. And now, let the aforementioned countdown begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now watch my head grow.
I don't see anything.
And that's my show. It's just the same. I have to do that. It will be my show unless I can find some wonderful volunteers and join me up on stage here shortly. Now that you've all warmed up to me, who thinks that they might want to participate here? We got some more hands. All right, good. Well, here's how we are going to proceed from this point, my friends. I'm going to do some demonstrations with all of you. They are demonstrations, technically, of waking hypnosis, which are designed to do a couple things. They're designed to allow you the opportunity to experience some light states of hypnosis out there in the audience. They're also designed to let me know visually who might make a good candidate for what we're doing here today. Basically, anybody can be hypnotized who is of the age of reason, which is 7 or 8, and have at least an average level of intelligence. Oh, come on. I'd imagine that you won't qualify for that here. But there are some qualities that I look for in people that make somebody a better candidate for what we're doing here today. And that's an above average level of intelligence. Open-mindedness, creativity, and an adventurous spirit. And if you have a couple of those qualities, you could perhaps be the star of the Marshal Manlove stage hypnosis experience here at Widener this evening. Hypnosis is safe. Worst thing that could happen besides somebody falling off the stage or something like that is that somebody might fall asleep. And why would that be so bad? Because I prefer that my volunteers actually become hypnotized and don't fall asleep. If they fall asleep, I allow their friends to come up and do stuff to them. Draw, decorate, what have you. It doesn't happen too often, unfortunately, because that's when it does happen. And you might have heard some myths. Has anybody heard a myth about hypnosis by any chance? What might the myth, one of the myths you might have heard about?
It's like brainwashing?
Yes. Basically, all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. I am merely a guide through the process. I take you on a journey through your own mind. People who are hypnotized are actually fully conscious. Their senses are actually heightened about 15%. You want to just use some kind of number to qualify that. You can hear better, see better, more sensitive to touch, and light, sound, whatever. There's 5 senses. I don't think I covered them all. But you get my point. Basically, we are hypnotized at least at some point during every day, and usually it's that time between when we go to bed and before we actually go to sleep. Those of you who are students, perhaps, are hypnotized probably more, or in that state at least, every day, especially when you're in class. You don't even realize that your professors are performing mind tricks on you. One of the other myths that people throw out there is that they're afraid that they are going to get stuck in hypnosis or something like that. That's not the case. While some people might not wake up because they fall asleep or something like that, they won't get stuck. They'll eventually wake up because I'll shake them and throw them off the chair or something like that. And if, for example, I were to have a heart attack and die here on the stage, I'm not die, I have a heart attack on the stage, eventually people would wake up. But if that should happen here today, don't worry about the people so much behind me, just call 911 first. Just trust me that they'll wake up, okay? And the other thing that people are sometimes concerned about is that they're going to tell me their deep, dark secrets. Confess that they're strippers or bank robbers or something like that. And it's only happened one time. It was like my first show ever. Somebody said they were a stripper. But everybody knew it anyway, so it wasn't really a deep, dark secret. So, You wouldn't do that. I don't ask anybody for their deep, dark secrets anyway. The other thing that people seem to be concerned about is that I'm going to make them cluck like a chicken. Now, what's odd about that? First of all, I don't really know why it would be so bad for somebody to cluck like a chicken. That's kind of like old school hypnosis. But nobody ever really is concerned that I'm going to ask them to take off their clothes. They seem to be more concerned about the chicken thing. So consequently, I leave the stripping in my routine, because nobody seems to be really concerned about that. Right? You don't do the chicken thing, but there'll be lots of naked people up here where you see. I don't do that. Everybody has their own line that they won't cross, and it's very, very random sometimes. For some reason, like guys aren't really into dancing. I've seen a lot of guys wake up just when I say dance, but meanwhile, they can experience some other really almost supernatural things, like negative and positive hallucinations. But ask a guy to dance, and they'll run right off the stage. Sometimes it's very, very weird. Let's hear for our new volunteers. That's right. We're going to read the fine print on the advertisement. Those who are late, come late, are volunteers. All right, I think we should be ready now. Sufficiently filled in. I still don't have any friends here, do I? That means I don't have any friends, apparently. Sad. All right, so now I'm going to do with you these demonstrations I talked about before. We're designed to do a couple of things, as I mentioned. And for this first demonstration, would everybody please stand up? Got one hold out in the back. There's no dead up. Sorry, you don't have success. We'll get you to have you all in control. You're awesome. All right, here we go. You're holding a baby. You don't need to do this one because I'm going to ask you to stick out your arms, and you know what's going to happen. You're excused. Here we go. Please put your arms out in front of you, and with your right hand make a fist. Somebody just got a boost. Extend your thumb. Point it up toward the ceiling. Left palm up toward the ceiling. If you would please close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in. Exhale. And now, if you would please, my friends, use your imagination. Right now, I'd like you to use your imagination. Pretend now, if you will, that in your right hand you're holding a large bouquet of helium-filled balloons. See in the back of your mind 10 to 12 large, colorful helium-filled balloons, all sorts of different colors, red, yellow, green, orange, brown, purple, and pink. And imagine that you are holding the rope that is tied to the bottom of all those large helium-filled balloons. And as you are aware, helium is a very, very light gas. Because there's so much of this light gas in all those large helium-filled balloons, the balloons begin to slowly pull your right arm up, up, up toward the ceiling. As the balloons rise and fly higher and higher, out toward the sky and out toward the ceiling, your right arm continues to rise slowly higher and higher up toward the ceiling. And as your right arm continues to rise slowly higher and higher up toward the ceiling, imagine now that in your left hand you're holding 5 very large heavy textbooks, and the weight of the textbooks begins to pull your left arm slowly down, down, down to the ground as your right arm continues to rise slowly higher and higher up toward the ceiling. Imagine now that on the count of 3, I'm going to place 5 more large heavy textbooks in your left hand. 1, 2, and 3. You might even begin to notice some discomfort in your shoulder under the weight of the books as your left arm continues to go down and your right arm continues to rise slowly higher and higher and higher up toward the ceiling. Very good. Open your eyes. See how you and everybody else did. This is the hypno corner over here. Very well done. You can have a seat for this one.
You were just like...
Welcome to everybody who just came in. My name is Marshal Manlove. I am a hypnotist. And we are in the middle of determining who might make good candidates for a stage hypnosis show here today. And for this next demonstration, the suggestibility test, if you will. Please clasp your hands like so. Extend your index fingers. Please spread them about 2 inches apart. Bring back the chicken routine. Now what I'd like you to do, my friends, is focus your attention on that space in between your fingers. Don't look anyplace else in the room. Take a deep breath in for me, please. Exhale. Once again, I'd like you to use your imagination. This time, imagine now that around your index fingers is a small, thick red rubber band. Just see around your fingers right now a very small, very thick, very bright red rubber band. Because this rubber band is so small, so thick, and so tight, you'll begin to pull your fingers together. Closer and closer. With each breath in and out that you take, your fingers will get closer and closer. Tighter and tighter. Your fingers get closer and closer, tighter and tighter with each breath in and out that you take. As that rubber band tightens, it pulls your fingers together even closer and closer, tighter and tighter, all the way together until they touch. If your fingers touch, just separate your hands and relax them down by your side. Imagine a second small red rubber band around your fingers, and because there are now two small, thick red rubber bands around your fingers, they continue to pull your fingers all the way together until they touch. And with each breath in and out that you take, you find the rest of the muscles in your body becoming nice and limp and loose and totally relaxed as your fingers pull all the way together until they touch. If your fingers touch, just separate your hands down by your side. And please stop trying. Very good. Whose fingers touched? On that one. Thanks for volunteering. Actually, what you are experiencing, for those whose fingers touched, or if you had some good separation, your arms on the balloon test, you are indeed experiencing waking hypnosis. If you've ever seen a hypnosis demonstration on TV, the kind that is kind of cartoonish, you will see people laying all over the place, walking around like zombies. As mentioned earlier, it is not necessary to look like a zombie, to be laid out all across the floor, to be hypnotized. However, it is very convincing and it's also funny. So that's why we will try to do this all that. Did any of my friends come in? All right, here's how we're going to proceed. Friends or not, you're my friends now. If your fingers touched on that last demonstration, and or you had good separation with your arms in the balloon test, and you would like to join me, I'd like to invite you folks up here first to this nice round of applause from everybody else. And there are steps along the side. And fear not that there are only 15 chairs here. I can fit plenty of people. Now, all of you folks, if you would fill in from the center going out, I'd appreciate that. Just fill in from the center going out, if you would, please. Would anybody else like to give it a try? Anyway.
Jeremy!
Got plenty of chairs? Feel free to fill them in. A couple more chairs. If anybody would like to join us. Okay, let's hear from our volunteers. Brave enough and kind enough to join me here today. Now, there are some instructions that I must pass on to all of you, both those of you on stage and those of you off the stage. First, we'll deal with you who have joined me up here, my volunteers, my new friends. Here are your instructions. First of all, please turn off your cell phones or PDAs, whatever you have. In the audience, if you would please be kind to turn them to silent. Appreciate that. Obviously, since it requires a deep state of relaxation to become hypnotized, it does require low volume levels, especially out there in the audience. While it is not necessary to have drop dead silence, loud noises obviously will disturb the process and then we won't have a show. We don't want to do that. Now, For my volunteers, here are your specific instructions. What I would like you to please do for me is follow my instructions as quickly and thoroughly as you can without thinking. I'd like you to do so with as much energy and enthusiasm as you possibly can, but even more importantly than that, please have fun, because that is why we are here today. I will treat you with respect for most of the show here today. And you will be pretty safe up here. Now, you may find that in a short period of time here, you may have a head or a body laying across your lap. It will not be what you think or what you hope. It'll just be somebody next to you, very, very relaxed, and just simply allow that to make you comfortable, and comfortable in the knowledge that somebody next to you is very, very relaxed as well. At some point during this process, I will touch you on the forehead, the knee, perhaps the shoulder, or your hand. If you're uncomfortable with that, it's probably best to leave now, because that will indeed happen. Now, if for some reason I need to excuse you because this isn't working for you properly, or I have enough people to work with, I will tap you on the knee. And if I tap you on the knee at any point in time, I'll point back to the audience and just simply go back and enjoy the rest of the show. It does not mean that you don't have that high level of intelligence that I spoke of earlier, and that special intellectual gift that is necessary to do this here today. It just could be, for any variety of reasons, it's just not your day. Now, to my friends in the audience, I'm going to give you a chance here in a moment to let loose one more big round of applause. How about now? Let's try it. Because as mentioned, it will take a couple moments of lower volume so I can do this. At a certain period of time, a certain point during the show, it won't matter whether you make noise or not. In fact, I will encourage it. After all, we are here to have fun and cheer and clap for our friends. Is everybody ready? Okay, now, since I really don't have a large complement of people up here, I'm going to do what is called a progressive relaxation hypnotic induction. And what this might mean for you folks out there is that perhaps somebody out there might become hypnotized as well. So even though you're out there and you think like, oh, I'm not going to get hypnotized today, you might get hypnotized anyway. So just be forewarned. If I don't see, if somebody next to you does indeed become hypnotized, do not shake him or her and try to wake him or her out of it, because it could be disturbing, damage anybody, but it could be a little shocking. It's like if you were asleep and somebody shook you, it would freak you out a little bit. So you don't want to do that. And if that does happen, just get my attention if indeed I don't see it. Now, because I'm going to do this progressive relaxation technique, you can follow along out there, and basically you can learn how to hypnotize yourself by, come on up, come on, get hypnotized. That's what I mean. Just pay very close attention to everything I'm going to say. Oh, awesome. Did you literally just walk in the door? A couple things for you. All I want you to do is just pay attention to what I have to say and have fun. Right?
I got hypnotized before.
You don't like it?
I don't remember what happened.
Well, we gotta put you in the center there, don't we? All right. Let's change something up here. we all ready? Sounds like a big crowd here. Let's see if we can pull this off. All right, here we go. What I'd like everybody to do is please place their feet on the ground. And Adrian, can I get some water? Please. Get out the giggles here. We good? Okay, here we go. Please close your eyes, take a deep breath in. And exhale. Take another deep breath in. And exhale. On your next deep breath, please hold it for about 3 seconds. And exhale. And relax. What you can do for me right now, please, is extend your right arm, make a fist, and lock your elbow. Just hold it straight out in front of you. And now, my friends, here's what I would like you to do. I'd like you to please use your imagination now, if you will, and slowly make your right arm turn into a solid piece of steel. Just use your imagination right now, and imagine now that your right arm is slowly turning into a solid piece of steel. You might know what a solid piece of steel looks like or feels like, and use every breath in and out that you take. You make your right arm harder and harder, stronger and stronger, just like a solid piece of steel. In fact, with each breath in and out that you take, your right arm will get stronger and stronger, harder and harder, just like a solid piece of steel. And as your arm is getting stronger and stronger, harder and harder, just like a solid piece of steel, all the rest of the muscles in your body will begin to become nice and limp and loose and relaxed. Allow all the energy from the rest of the muscles in your body to go to your right arm to make it stronger and stronger, harder and harder, just like a solid piece of steel. As a matter of fact, your arm is getting stronger and stronger, harder and harder. If I were to try to move it right now, I'd have a hard time trying to do so, because it is indeed just as hard as like a solid piece of steel. Harder and harder, stronger and stronger with each breath in and out that you take. And all the energy from the rest of the muscles in your body is going to your right arm to make it harder and harder, stronger and stronger, just like a solid piece of steel with each breath in and out that you take. Allow your arm to get harder and harder, stronger and stronger, just like a solid piece of steel. And all the energy from the rest of the muscles in your body, use that to make your right arm even stronger and stronger, harder and harder. In a moment, my friends, I'm going to come by, grab your hand, and say the word sleep. And when I do, your arm will no longer be a solid piece of steel. It'll be nice and limp and loose and totally relaxed. Rest your head on the shoulder of the person to your right and allow yourself to fall into a nice, deep state of relaxation. Sleep, 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 sleep. And now concentrate your attention on your scalp and your forehead. And just allow all the muscles in your scalp and your forehead to totally and completely relax. With each breath in and out that you take, allow your scalp and your forehead, muscles in your scalp and your forehead to become totally limp and totally, totally relaxed. With each breath in and out that you take, from this point forward, allow the muscles in your body to become more and more relaxed with each breath in and out that you take. Focus your attention on your ears and your nose, and allow all those little muscles around your ears and your nose to become totally and completely relaxed. Concentrate on your eyes, your eyelids, your eyebrows, and allow all those little muscles around your eyes to totally and completely relax. In fact, use your imagination once again. Imagine now that your eyelids are like heavy lead weights. And with each breath in and out that you take, your eyelids get heavier and heavier, just like heavy, heavy lead weights. So your eyes are getting heavier and heavier, and all the muscles around your cheeks relax. Allow all those muscles in your face to totally and completely relax. Give yourself permission that this is what you want to do. Just relax, have a good time, and improve your life. So rest and relax all those muscles in your face totally and completely